Thank you for coming to my channel. If this is the first time you've been here, my name is Scott, and I'm planning on building my very first PC. Little history, I've always had a computer, but I have never been into computers. So about 3 or 4 months ago, my laptop finally just up and died, and my cousin Chris recommended I buy a gaming computer to do my video editing. So right now my current rig is a AMD Ryzen 5 2600 with the RX 580 GPU. And then you start reading about it and you start playing with it, and then you get the bug to start building your own PC. So that's what has happened to me. So I've decided to do it, and I've chosen my processor, the Ryzen 7 2700X. Over the holidays, it was actually $158.99 on Amazon. So I did pull the trigger on that. So if I flip over here, you can see my spreadsheet right there. With tax, it was 171 bucks. If you click on that link now, price has gone way up, almost 250 bucks. So I consider that a win. If I go back, I've also bought the tower. I bought it for $69.99 plus tax. You can see that's already gone up. It's January 1st, gone up to about 80 bucks already. So a small win on that. So those are the only two components that I've bought. The motherboard, I'm going to buy it last. I can't buy it all at once, so I'm going to be piecemealing this, probably buying a part every payday, except it might take me a couple paydays to buy my graphics card, and I'm not dead set on this one yet. I don't really like that price point. I wish it would be less, but I like the power that I've been reading about this RX 5700. So if you go back to this, I am getting ready to order the third part, just the general storage, the HDD. It's a Barracuda 3.5-inch drive, 2 terabytes. It's probably more than enough for what I need for my pictures and videos and whatnot. Maybe a game here or there through Steam. But 50 bucks for 2 terabytes. I can see the reviews are good enough. And so that'll be my main storage drive. My boot drive, I don't know if I'm going to get an M.2 or the SSD. So far this is just what I've been looking at. The $64, $65 for a 500 gigabyte. A $500 M.2 is in between 80 and 90, at least a decent one. So I don't know. I'll probably end up spending the 20 extra more dollars or so. What else we got here? The power supply. I'm still fooling around with the power supply. I have this in my inbox, so to speak. So about 100 bucks. I think 650 watts should be plenty for this build, but I might pump it up to 750 watts just in case I want to upgrade in the future. So I'm still deciding on that. But let's talk about the RAM. In my current rig, I have 32 gigabytes of RAM. I got 4 8-gigabyte sticks, but I figure in this particular build, I get 2x16 for a 32 gigabyte kit. But then that is kind of spency at about 150 bucks. So we'll see. I might drop down to 16 gigabytes of RAM. But other than that, I'm kind of really excited to get started on this once I get all the parts. So I'm figuring, 2 more months before I have all the parts, and then I'll kind of go from there. After I get all the parts, everything seems practical. I'm just worried about the BIOS with the motherboard, making sure that's upgraded or buy the correct one. The BIOS or, the drivers and all that, that's kind of intimidating for a first-time builder as myself, putting in a fresh copy of Windows 10. I've seen videos on it, but it's still not fully clear to me. So I'm worrying about that. But for right now, I'm just focusing on getting all the physical parts for the computer and do some studying and keep it going. So if you would like to follow me, and as I gather these parts and eventually start to build, make sure to subscribe and click on that bell button, and maybe we can do this together. Thanks, everybody.